Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Hello, board gamers. Welcome back to Board Game Snobs. It's your fan favorite, Enrique.
Fan favorite.
Of course, I'm the fan favorite.
I'm using air quotes if you can't see. Fan favorite.
Okay, we all have the role here. I'm the comedic relief that you guys use to just humiliate me and make fun of me.
We don't make
That
fun
sounds
of you.
harsh.
We don't make fun of you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It works, though.
You degrade yourself.
Yes.
By your mere existence.
Your mere existence.
I'll let you take over, Jerry.
Thank you, because I'm the star of the freaking show, and I can't start unless someone says go.
Wow.
That would be the primary host, me, Gabi. Go.
Yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Thank you. All right. Now the show can start.
I thought that's what we had done.
No,
Okay.
you've got to say go. He just started
bad.
talking. This is what happens when you get him tested and he knows he doesn't have COVID. He shows up on the doorstep and now he thinks he's cool and can record. It's not how it goes. It's not how it works.
With
it's not how
his
things are.
Pablo mustache,
Yes.
pork chop sideburns.
He is rocking the Pablo Escobar, not Pablo Escobar, Pascal. He's
the Pedro Pascal.
He is the Mandalorian, which means I wish you would wear a helmet.
I actually want a helmet. And that there's just a bunch online, but they're so expensive.
But you wore a helmet until you were like 9 or 10, that football helmet thing,
Oh, yeah.
for the longest
I
time.
think that's how I got most of my head injuries, though.
Well, you had to wear that to protect yourself.
You were always
Yeah.
testing it.
Running headlong into vehicles, setting off car alarms all over the neighborhood. Oh,
I don't
little
remember
Enrique.
that.
You don't well, it's because you get your hand. I don't think you understand. Your dad used to always be like, Enrique, put your helmet back on. My little linebacker. Little did he know. That's why you have no neck. That's why your neck is compressed. You've compressed your C3 through C5.
Like an accordion.
Yes. That's okay, though.
Have you ever been to a chiropractor?
No, I have not. I kind of want to, though.
You might should check it out. Traction.
Traction?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where you stick your head in the thing and it pulls. Basically, they pull up your weight of your body by your neck.
I have an inversion table at home.
Really?
Same thing.
You just hang from your feet like Batman, and it stretches out your spine. And so that may
Because
be what,
bats hang upside down.
correct. And stretching out, that's why they're so tall. Stretching out your spine is good for your sciatica.
It's a very interesting fact.
I played Raiders of Sciatica the other day.
Oh, they're just all these old Vikings that are really hurting their back. My lumbago!
Oh, there's shooting pain down my leg.
I can't feel my leg. oh.
So why are we here?
Well,
Look. Hey, listen.
at the gates of lumbago.
If anybody's going to keep us on track, it's me. Because Jerry's half a glass into wine.
Well,
doesn't
sometimes
take
both
much.
of you lose track, and then I have to like jump in and tell you what's happening.
Okay, what's happening, bro?
To be honest, I don't know.
And that's why it's dangerous to leave any hosting up to you.
That's
Yes.
why you need me to bring in the goodness. What is this I'm drinking?
Who knows?
Red blend. I don't know.
Red blend.
My
This sounds
wife
like
made
something that come from a box. This is wine from a bottle.
I mean, it's not far from it. It just they moved it from a box into a bottle.
no,
and
this
then,
is a bottled wine.
well, okay.
And it tastes of rich mahogany and raspberry. Let me see.
Raspberries fermented in a mahogany box, perhaps.
1996. No, sorry. 93. When Samurai Cop come out.
Fermented with a pair of gym socks.
Yes, good stuff. I don't often drink wine, but when I do, I drink cheap wine.
It's cheap.
From your wife.
$3.
From your wife's pantry.
She refuses to get. Well, she only shops at Aldi these days, and like they have wine for like $3 a bottle. So we're flush with wine.
I'm flushed right now.
It's the sulfites.
I want to talk about my calorian count and the Mandalorian.
Cops will test it on your way home. You'll be too high. You keep it up.
This is the way home.
That's what they keep referring to when they see the M count. Like they're afraid to say midichlorians because check the M count.
Check show up.
What is that?
Obi-Wan was just a mean drunk. He was just always beating on people. Man, he's good. No, he's drunk.
Yeah. Grogu's high M count. I was like, just say it. Everybody knows what you're talking about.
Obi, just one Kenobi.
Obi, I can't do one, whatever.
You can't do more than one. And Qui-Gon Jinn. That's a joke in itself.
Yes.
I can't think of any other Sith or Jedi-based alcohol.
That is like literally just there for the taking. Star Wars, George Lucas, Qui-Gon Jinn. Make it.
Count Dos Equis. That's
pretty good.
That's pretty good. I'm burning this up. I'm not even trying.
Let me think for a second.
Well, you think about it, because me and Enrique are going to talk about The Mandalorian. Enrique,
All right, then.
you just watched The Mandalorian.
Yes, I
Which
did.
you look strangely like the character, The Mandalorian, because they took his helmet off.
Yeah.
And he is sweaty. That was in the first season. His head was all sweaty, and that looked like you. He still looks like you now that you've kind of grown that mustache out a little bit.
I'm very proud
The
of
Pascal. You have that Pascal looking. What did you think of the ending of The Mandalorian?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Why?
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 Because of Luke. No one expected to just have...
Oh, wait, spoilers. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because there's British people who can't watch Disney Plus
cut that
because
out.
of the Queen. The Queen won't let them. That's why Meghan moved back.
Yeah, she probably cut that later.
She did.
But the final season, fantastic.
It's not the final season.
Oh,
It's
well,
the
not
second
the-
season.
the-
There's going to be a...
Absith.
Oh, good one. Took you 20 minutes there, but you got it. Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay, that was fine. That was not that great.
Be sure and talk into the microphone. It's like pointed like at a 90-degree angle from your mouth.
so.
And
There you
use your
go.
lips.
That's it.
Purse your lips. Purse them.
What are lips?
Those things underneath that nasty mustache of yours. Tell me why you like The Mandalorian.
Oh, it's just great. Like, it's well written by a person who knows their Star Wars. Like
Dallas Bryce Howard. Well, who knows it?
Yeah.
Dallas. No, she was the director,
What?
but not on the last episode.
Who?
Go on, Enrique.
But no, these people know what they're doing.
George Lucas.
They know their source. They know
Filoni.
They know basically the lore of Star Wars.
Who's they? We need to give credit where credit's due.
I believe it's
Filoni?
David Filoni and
What's
Brendan.
Brendan.
Yes.
Okay. I don't really keep up with the names. I tried
What
to.
happened to the guy that did the MCU stuff? The Marvel guy. He's
MC
writing
Hammer.
it. The guy that writing it.
He seemed...
The guy that's writing all this mess.
Favreau?
Yeah, he's the writer of all of it. He's cool.
What?
So I'm just thinking, this is my thing with The Mandalorian.
Okay.
I have problems with it.
Like what?
So, all right, here, number one.
Got a real problem with you.
Here you go.
Okay.
I'd have really liked it better if they kept his helmet on the whole time and then he took it off right when he's giving Yoda away, because that would have brought an even bigger manly tear to my eye.
Yes.
Because that'd been the first time you'd seen his face.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what actor is not going to want to show his face for 2 seasons of a show?
I'd done it. And I think it would have been better, like I said, they just would have revealed his face and it'd be just pay some actor.
But it would have, I guess they try to keep it real of where, is he really going to be in this situation?
If Star Wars does one thing, it's keep it real.
No, it doesn't. Actually, I think the... Now, I'm worried about what they're going to do in the 3rd season. Is he going to keep his helmet off?
Look, I know when you get into your storytelling, you like waving your head around, but I need you to talk into the microphone.
I'm talking into the mic.
And close.
I'm talking
no,
close
you're
into
like
the mic.
closing your eyes.
No,
you're
I'm
gesturing.
not.
Your head is gesticulating quite a bit.
Is Pascal going to keep his helmet on for season 3? That's the hot topic I want to know about.
Well, we also have to take account is if
Keep your helmet on, bro.
if he's still doing his Mandalorian thing.
Did he lose his religion like REM?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because
Is he no longer religious?
Because that's
Bo-Katan
it's
made him
technically
an
actually
apostate
showing his face to someone.
from Mandalorianese. What is the religion?
Death Watch?
He's a Mandalicinist.
I don't know.
Protestant.
Well,
he ain't Catholic, so
they
he's
said
just automatically a Protestant no matter what he is.
Starbucks said he was in a cult. That's why. So that's all I know. She said you're brainwashed about keeping that armor on. Another thing that bothers me. So we got the helmet thing.
Okay.
Here's another thing.
Okay.
They can't take Baby Yoda out of the Mandalorian because that's the only thing this show's got going.
Oh, yeah.
That and Bill Burr. So what's
Bill Burr was better in the second episode.
I agree.
So what's going to happen? Is he going to get? Is like Luke going to get tired of taking care of Baby Yoda, and he's going to have to go back and get him? Like, what's that deal?
Where's Baby Yoda in Force Awakens and Last Jedi?
Well, see, that's what I'm worried about. So now, if you recall, that's when Kylo Ren, when he killed all the other Padawans, when that went down.
He didn't kill Grogu.
I think he did.
By that time, Grogu would have been a Jedi.
No, because that just like 10
no.
years later, Grogu's still a toddler.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Oh, it's about 30 years later.
He's dead. No, it's not.
No, it's literally like...
No.
like
That's 20 years later.
Yeah,
10 to 20 years later.
Okay, so Grogu almost
No,
halved in age.
no.
Yeah,
because
so
we-
he's
He went from 50 to
he's a baby
75.
now, so
no,
he's going to be...
No, because we
No,
have
he
to
was
take into account that...
he's a tween.
No,
No.
he's not.
No.
He is, if he's a baby at 50, double that, then divide by 2.
Then that's
He's
not...
about 10 years old.
No,
So
because
he's not a tween.
Well, but he's
I'm just saying...
he's
this-
already powerful in the
I'm
Force.
just floating it out there that we're going to see baby Grogu get killed.
Baby Groot.
Groot, he's going to get killed by Kylo Ren.
They should have a crossover. Baby Groot meets Baby Grogu.
That's basically what that is.
oh god,
Nobody calls him Grogu. That's a terrible name. They should have come
Baby
up with
Yoda.
something.
I've called him Grogu since I found out and hadn't looked back.
They should have called him something better, like Clancy,
Gerald.
that's not better.
Gerald.
You know
Not
that's
something
better.
stupid like Trevor or something.
Trevor.
Why are you making
Don't get me
fun of-
started on Trevor.
Because it's just a thing. Trevors are known to be weak.
I am.
All right, so you like Mandalorian. Okay, so another thing. His ship got blown up.
Yes.
He's not going to be slinking around in
You
the
mean
Slave
the
One.
Serenity class Firefly?
I'm talking about, it got
No, it's the Firefly class.
the Razor
Serenity.
Christ. Or Christ. Razor Christ.
No, don't call it.
What's it? It's his religion.
Jesus shaved.
It got a close shave there. I did it, dude. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, go with where you want
No,
with
I'm
that.
pretty sure he'll get a new ship.
I know, but which one? Boba Fett ain't gonna get him the slave one.
He's going to
Well,
Uber.
obviously.
He's his way around the
Uber.
galaxy.
Oh my
I need to ride.
The whole show is like him on his phone at the app, trying to look up
The
rides.
people showing up,
He just has to get
and
a-
that's where they'll do the Han Solo crossover. A Han will pick
God.
him up, give him a ride. He'll wind up with the Millennium Falcon at some point in time.
He can. Han's not dead yet.
There's no, see, spoilers. There's
They
no.
could bring in, what's his name, who played the young Han?
No, they ain't gonna. Well, no, they can't do that because
Bringing him in?
do a deep fake.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the deep fake on Luke?
It was not a deep fake. It was terrible CGI.
That was deep faked.
Yeah.
I was deeply faked.
Oh my God. That was atrocious.
That's basically Mark
was
Hamill
atrocious, but
if he
it's
had
the
a
best they could
CBA.
And you know what? I don't mind it. Because
that you might as well just put Battlefront graphics on there.
oh,
That's
God.
pretty rough.
It was rough though.
It wasn't as rough as Leia's deep fake
Agreed.
back in the day on Rogue One. That was pretty rough.
Yeah.
And then they
I
had
have to give him
Tarkin, which was all right.
I don't remember Tarkin's like deep face.
It was well. They had it. This is new technology. All right, they're messing around with it, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
They just need to use Winter Soldier, dude.
They should have.
It's just freaking like Mark Hamill.
They should have got that dude and just made him look like this. Show up. Everybody would have known who it was. They could have done some, makeup. You're good.
Well, I mean, even if they did, it's like, who's this guy? Hi, I'm Luke Skywalker.
He could have
Just
introduced
do
himself.
that? Yes. Just comes in there assuming everybody should know who he is, like he's a Jedi. Here's my green saber.
Like,
No, on the lightsabers, they should have a way to have their names written on them, like a neon light,
Like a neon light. Every time you turn it on, that's your name.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. You could buy advertising space on people's
I mean,
Skywalker.
if they can handle the technology for a laser to be limited in a saber fashion, they can put their names on there.
I'm pretty sure that would be
Basically, you just
ineffective,
want a
but we
name
won't.
tag. That's all you
Ellie,
want.
yes.
Yes, you put a name. Why don't you wear a name tag so I know who you are?
LED lights, Even have the hilt of it like kind of glow. Put some neon on there.
And why on the
Then they could, like,
lightsaber itself?
They could like when they ignite it, have like when batters go up to bat, they have like their own music that comes on.
God.
Just have like some motivational music come on, like
I have the tiger every time you light it up.
it's the eye of the tiger. Yeah.
You have your own show, Pimp My Saber. Everybody go, I got some.
The hilt of it spins.
Look at that. Oh, so also his disintegration gun got blown up because it was in the car. It was in the Razor
that's
Christ.
right.
It got blown up too.
Big.
So that was what he was using to kill Jawas. And I want to know, was he going to get another?
How will he commit genocide now?
Yes. How is he going to be relentlessly killing
with the spear.
the spear? You think he's just going to be using the spear?
Yeah, like why not?
I guess, but still, that's kind of that spear fighting thing can only go so far.
Spear me the
Yeah.
details on that one.
Now he could.
That's cumbersome. I think he's going to be using the dark saber from here on out
Ooh, oh yeah.
Actually,
because he can't give it to the other chick because she has to
I
fight
bet
him.
you that's what the third season will be all about.
Basically,
The third season is him like opening hard to open packages with the dark saber.
Bo-Katan's just got to punch him and then he can give it to her. He'd be like, "You've defeated me."
He's gonna buy a bag of chips like, bring me the dark saber.
I feel like someone's just gonna beat Mando and take the dark saber back, and then
No, they're gonna have a phony fight. Because he didn't have to kill Moff Gideon, obviously.
He just had
so
to-
all she's got to do is like punch him in the face, and he's going to be like, "Oh, here you go."
There you go.
she's not
Like
gonna
that's gonna be how they fix that. Like there's no other way.
no,
Because they're not going to
There's
do
no
a
way.
fight to the death because he didn't kill Moff Gideon. They've eliminated that option.
No, they're going to have to. Because
But that's dumb though. Okay, and so like also I seen this meme on like Bo-Katan's like, "Oh, you're part of the stupid cult that sticks to these stupid things like don't take your helmet off."
Yeah.
Oh, but here's the dark saber. Let me just hand it to you. Oh no, I can't do that.
well, all right. We're all a little bit hypocritical. Okay? Just a tad. She's trying to get back to the ruling class. That's what you got to do. Everybody know you want to be King or Queen Mando. You got to beat somebody, take their knife.
Favorite side character of the show?
Favorite side character besides Bill Burr, because that's obviously the best.
Give me a moment.
You know, like, when you say side character.
I'm talking in his hop along Cassidy of the galaxy, and he visits the
like the all the Mandalorians, the 3 blue Mandalorians.
You got Kara.
I like Kara.
You got Creed, Apollo.
I don't like him.
You got Timothy Oliphant.
That was
Justified.
Cool. He needs to come back.
Bill Burr.
I love Bill Burr. Bill Burr's my
now
favorite.
you got Bo-Katan and her sidekicks.
Bill Burr's my favorite. The hands down.
No.
Just because I like Bill Burr, but also he kind of adds some levity to the show. It's like
Everybody's super serious.
everybody's super serious, which that's one thing I hated about
actually-
the prequels. Everybody was super serious.
Yes.
And now it's like you got the least serious person as Bill Burr, and he brings it down.
To me, they've already killed off the best side character,
Who?
Quill. Forgot about him, didn't you?
Is that the dude? The bounty hunter dude? What guy?
No.
I have spoken.
Oh, that guy. I'm sorry. You're talking about Nick Nolte. Nah, he's
That
dead.
was. I know.
He's
I
dead.
really liked him, and he was funny.
He wasn't funny.
You raved about Quill in the first season. You've already forgotten
I
him.
said he was all right.
No, you did not. You
did
liked him,
not.
and you ran around saying, "I have spoken" after everything you said.
Well, I just like the phrase. It was a good catchphrase.
No. I like Bill Burr for the same reasons. He does add levity. I really like Timothy Oliphant because he's gorgeous to look at.
He is gorgeous.
I like Bo-Katan because it's Starbuck, but that's not really fair. She didn't really have much personality in her scenes. I would have to go with... I gotta go Bill Burr. The second episode, the first episode, I did not like him. He didn't have enough chance to show his character.
I really wish the IG robot had lived. Because that was the really...
I was going to talk about him.
IG-11.
I love the IG.
Because
Assassin droid.
there's always one death in the show that like gets you, and to me that was
I
it.
forgot
Because
about
IG
that.
was like,
I love it.
"Take your helmet off. I'm not human," and sprays the Neosporin on
I
him.
feel bad. I forgot about
And that
him.
somehow heals his carotid artery wound. It's like I want some of that spray. Like
It's
he just shows up.
Like, don't worry, fam. I got
Hypo
you.
spray.
Yeah, you've got an internal hemorrhage.
Super healing.
He sprays him, and then he blows up.
I forgot.
He's always trying to self-destruct.
because he was good.
Hey, yeah, IG-11 was pretty legit.
I mean, to me, they killed off two really good characters
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the first season. But you've got to do that, or else there's no stakes in a show.
And that's why I like the steaks. You know, I
gotta
like my
have steaks.
Gotta like that Wagyu. So anyways, Mandalorian, we love it. It's great. But I want to talk about some of the other shows that are coming out.
Okay.
I have a list here. Let me pull up my list here.
Ahsoka Tano,
That plus
Rogue Squadron, the TV show.
no, it's
Bad
not a TV
Batch.
show. It's a movie.
Whatever. Oh, it's a movie?
Yeah. So you don't even know
The
what you're talking
Bad
about.
Batch.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bad Batch.
Is that about like
It's
some
about the
beer I
clone.
messed up on?
So you got Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is supposedly going to start filming in 2021.
Oh, God.
So that's going to be good. I'm going to lay it out there. Anything with Ewan McGregor in it, that was like, that role should have been, that was his role. Like the prequels, that was great. Like Ewan just nailed it. But at the same time,
Huh?
I just don't even know what to say. I mean,
Spit it out,
it's-
man. Just spit it out.
The dialogue was awful. They made everything too serious. They just went.
Oh no! When they tried to crack their terrible jokes, like when him and Anakin were doing their repartee, it was so cringy.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
So
It was
cringy.
bad.
Like trying to make a cheesy buddy cop show, like at the beginning of these several episodes.
So Ewan McGregor right there, that's the one I'm excited about. The second one that I'm really excited about is Ahsoka, mainly because Admiral Thrawn's going to be in that one.
Oh,
Who's going to
snap.
play Admiral Thrawn if it's not Benedict or Cumberbatch?
It has to be.
Has to be Benedict or
It
Cumberbatch.
has to.
Somebody from the Blue Man Group.
No. If it's who else could be that besides Cumberbatch?
Like, I'm going to have to do like more research on that.
There's like
No,
research I'm going to do.
Research.
The dude that's played like Red Devil from Captain
Oh.
America
You talking about the dude, Red
and
Skull?
Agent Smith.
Agent Smith?
Oh,
That dude could be Thrawn,
He could be, but he's getting old.
but he won't do that
Yeah.
because he doesn't like franchise stuff.
yeah, no.
Nah,
He bails out of everything he
yeah,
does.
he's not any good. Let's do, who else could there be? For Thrawn.
Did you read Heir to the Empire, that trilogy?
No, I read the Darth, what's his name?
Darth Bane.
Darth Bane, working on that.
Okay, so in the 80s, it was the 80s, Timothy Zahn wrote a trilogy that took place after Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he invented Timothy Zahn. He invented Admiral Thrawn.
I need to read that.
It's like, that's the original trilogy that has Thrawn.
What's it called?
The first book is called Heir to the Empire.
Okay, we got that. So Filoni and Favreau are going to develop the Mandalorian titled Rangers of the New Republic. So it's the same timeline as the Mandalorian. So I don't know what the Rangers of the New Republic are going to be, but that's some potential. I think that's going to be neat.
That's going to have Walker in it, starring Chuck Norris.
I want to see cops. I want to see cops in
Put
Star
him in a
Wars.
storm. He's the only stormtrooper that will take his helmet off.
Yeah.
And can shoot right.
There you go. Star Wars Andor, we get to see, basically the only reason anybody's going to watch Andor because Cassian Andor is the K2SO.
Oh my God.
K2SO.
Alan Tudyk, I'm sure, is available.
Yeah. Well, no, they're talking about bringing back Firefly. Disney has bought it. They're saying they're going to do it.
Don't.
I hope not.
Don't.
And then Enrique likes The Bad Batch,
Bad
which is the
Batch.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the Three Stooges. I mean, if you have a bad batch of stormtroopers, they're already
Wait, have you
terrible.
watched the
They
final
can't hit
animated
nothing.
series?
They can't do
Wouldn't
nothing.
that be a great Star Wars comedy? Is three stormtroopers like that are just like they're just super inept more than the rest. It's like you go
Oh my God.
and you're like, oh my, and they
They're
follow
literally, it's like
yeah,
Police
guys,
Academy
guys.
with stormtroopers.
What if we make Jar Jar Binks into a character, but they're clones? Boom.
So basically, they just have to go down. Like we got to go to Hoth. This is cold. And like you get to relive all the battles through their Star.
They need to make a comedy show based in the Star Wars universe.
They're always getting shot, but
It
somehow
would have
survive.
to be Jar Jar Binks then.
No, Jar Jar's
yeah.
not funny
So I was talking to some
unless
people.
you're 5 years old.
So here's the deal. I've been talking to, John and Jim Wallace.
Yes.
Talking to Jim the other day. Jim's a big Star Wars fan.
Yes.
Right.
Jim says, okay, here's what
He like texts like at 8 o'clock in the morning. Did you see Mandalorian?
Yes.
I'm like, no, I just woke up.
I was at work the other day. He called me. We talked for 45 minutes. And it started the conversation with, have you seen The Mandalorian? I was like, yes. And then he just dumps on me. So here's his thing. He pitched this idea to me. He pitched this idea to me like I was Favreau. Like I could get this done. He was this invested. So he goes, the worst character in all of Star Wars is Jar Jar Binks, obviously.
Yes.
He says, bring him back in The Mandalorian. Why and how? I was like, that's ludicrous. And then Jim goes to say, no, wait a minute. The whole universe fell apart because of Jar Jar. He got Palpatine basically elected, caused all this mess. So Jar Jar has lived through all this. And so now Mando comes across him and he is just this old jaded person and it's like a redemption arc for Jar Jar Binks. And so Jim tells...
So he's like the cranky version, like Luke, but Jar Jar.
Yes, but he says he's lost his accent because he said so. He pitches all this to me and is like, they need to bring Jar Jar back.
He's just like, Miso want to be alone.
Yes, something like that. So he desperately wants to bring Jar Jar back just to try to correct the previous
The dark,
sins.
gritty reboot of Jar Jar.
Binks. Star Wars Jar Jar.
No, like somebody did something like it was called Binks. Just Star Wars Binks. DJ posted that like on something. I was like, but it was like looked super real. I was like, tell me that's not real. And like for a while he kept going. I was like, please tell me Binks is not a real thing because they were like it's like everybody has their show now.
It does. You're gonna have R2D2 have his little show. Everybody's got a show. But Star Wars is good, and I'm glad that
How do they get around in Star Wars?
What do you mean?
how they get around.
Faster than light speed. FTL. Right?
Yeah,
Is that what they call it?
hyper jumps, hyperspace.
They just call it hyper
They
jumps?
jump to hyper speed.
They don't really go into the science of that in Star Wars,
Well,
do
no,
they?
it's because you can't jump faster than light.
I can't watch this.
You can't.
You did it.
You
You
can't.
didn't know.
Although they just did quantum teleportation for the first time. Did you see that?
No, I thought they've no, not quantum teleportation. I know they've done teleportation.
They've done it 26 miles away. Legit.
Explain.
All right, I'll read you the article since you don't do science. But
I do science. I
don't
do
do
science.
I do science. Thank you, Jar Jar. Misa's so sciencey.
No, okay, not to get into too murky of an area, but wasn't there like a thing about Jar Jar? Like he was racist, supposedly?
Yeah. No, he wasn't racist. He was a racist character type. Like it was like a Rastafarian Jamaican accent. And it was obvious that when they designed that character, there was a lot of racial undertones in it. And so
Okay, so then
but
how could you ever bring that back?
Well, in 1999, they weren't thinking about that, and they just kept him in for some reason.
I know that, but I'm talking about now.
Like I said, just lose the racial undertones. That's all you got.
So he literally would have to just stop talking. Like the one thing that defines Jar Jar Binks, take it out.
No, that's just his speech. Maybe he's been around. He's lost his accent. 40 years of living outside.
I am Jar Jar Binks.
Pretty much. So yeah, that's why. That's the only way you can get it done. It's the only way you get it done. Speaking.
Now I know they teleported some
it's quantum internet.
like photon light molecules
No,
some time ago.
No, this was just recently. This was having to do with quantum entanglement. So basically, the University of Calgary and AT&T have now successfully teleported qubits, which are the basic units of quantum information, across 14 miles of fiber optic cables. This is because of quantum entanglement, the phenomenon in which quantum particles, which are mysteriously entangled because they behave exactly the same way when they're far from each other. When quantum internet is finally a thing, it will make Wi-Fi look obsolete. We will have achieved and sustained high-fidelity quantum transportation utilizing time bin. Basically, the internet's going to be so fast, we won't know what to do. Like, it'll just completely, like, instantaneously.
Sounds good to me.
And that's what we need desperately, because how can Enrique watch his anime Star Wars shows?
TikTok.
I don't want to hear any more TikTok about you.
What do you mean TikTok?
You need to start a TikTok. I just saw like the top earner in TikTok makes like $8 million a year,
How do you TikTok?
and all she does
Why are you
is
asking
dance.
me?
Oh, so everybody knows I went camping, right?
Yes.
They are usually attractive people, though, so we might need to change a few things.
You're going to have to get abs.
Can you get like cut and like start lifting
I guess.
and
I
learn
could.
dance moves?
No.
Can you dance?
No.
Well, if you don't dance, you're no friend of mine. So
Big
when I
sad.
went camping, there was people camping just down the way from us, which we could see. And these poor people had with them their teenage daughter, who literally, when they showed up, I thought to myself, why? Why would you come camping out here in the freezing temperature? Because that's what I'm doing. But it's like, why would these people? So their daughter shows up wearing Uggs, you know, the boots with the fur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't have the apple bottom jeans. She just had the boots with the fur. She set up while her parents were setting up the tent, she's like 16, 17, 18, set up her camera and was obviously doing these TikTok dances. And I guess you couldn't tell, like, I'm sitting there watching her do these goofy, like, just doing this.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, why? Why is this a thing?
It's a thing.
This is
and
not a
what
thing.
it is, TikTok dancing is not dancing. You're literally just moving in accord with the music so that it looks somewhat cool.
Isn't that-
But if you were to do that in a real dance, it's just like,
Isn't that technically dancing? Just moving with the music?
no, but dancing like you look good, you're smooth, you're
So you... no, stop that.
So,
Please.
but
Stop
like-
gyrating.
But like, I will see young kids at Walmart. I will see young kids at Walmart walking down the aisle doing.
Yeah.
They'll just be doing these TikTok dances,
Like that's- maybe
like
they-
they're practicing.
Maybe they call it TikToks because you do have like a tick. It's like you've got Tourette's.
Tourette's. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm old. I'm getting old. I don't know TikToks. All I know is that TikToks are not a thing and had not been a thing. I thought they shut them down. Weren't they like spies?
China.
Weren't they like stealing? Wasn't it, Enrique?
I'm pretty sure that was China.
Wasn't China
They
going
may
through?
have gotten a little information, but you know,
I'm going to call it Ben Maddox. We're going to
Actually,
cue in on this big
I'm pretty
time.
sure TikTok has been banned in some countries.
Ben, get on it.
But don't take my word on that.
Nobody takes your word on anything.
Yes.
I want to talk about Warp Speed, Warp's Edge, much like the Razor Christ. Warp's Edge is a board game. Where's it? Where is it? What
see,
did
I
do
tried
with it?
to lead you into that with my hyperdrive
Yeah, I
talk, and
can't-
you didn't do it.
I can't hard merge when I'm drinking wine. What did you do with it?
It's right over here.
Well, show the box.
Are we live on
I
TV?
need to see the box so I can see. All right,
Man,
never
that's a
mind.
tiny box.
I'll go by memory. It's Scott Alms.
What's in the box?
Scott Alms was the designer. in
Scott
Renegades
Alms
games.
for the poor. I'm sure
So-
you've never heard that one.
Scott Alms, I don't wonder if he does give to the poor. He's designed a lot of games, such as that card game that you had, Claim, and
Yeah.
the other card game that you had, Claim 2,
Yeah.
and the other card game that was called Claim something. And then he did Heroes of the Land, Sea, and Sky. And then he also did
I like that bidding game we had.
the Tiny Epic.
Oh.
A Tiny Epic, everything is his.
What was that bidding game?
The
Where it was
Star. Stardust.
is that his?
Something like that. Yeah,
Where you're like bidding on stars and suns and comets?
Yeah.
I like that one.
that was good. So Scott Alms is an OG designer. And so he did a solo-only game called Warp's Edge. Won't bore you with the details of it, but the mechanic is it's a bag builder. And you have a ship, you select a ship, it's got shields and hull, and you dig it into this bag, you pull out 5 tokens, and you use those tokens to defeat the fighters of the mothership before attacking the mothership. Pretty straightforward. What he did with this game was take everything that you would assume the mechanic would do, and he changed it just a little bit. And that is why this game is incredible for a solo game.
snap.
I brought it for you to play because I've played it several times. It has a little book in it. It's like a narrative book that helps you choose your ship and your enemies and all that you can go through. It's not like a legacy game, but it helps you set the game up. Like it tells you a little bit of backstory. It's completely superfluous. You
I
don't
gotta
need
have
it.
backstory.
You don't need it.
I didn't even know where this ship came from and why do I have it.
Well, I'll tell you why this ship.
'Cause
Well, the book will
space.
do that for you. But the theme of Warp's Edge is it's kind of like it's a little bit like Tenet. After each round, you go back. There's 4 rounds, and so the first round you kind of suck. Like you don't have many skills. You don't have a lot lot of chits in your bag. And so after you get to a certain point, when you can't pull out any more chits in your bag, you reset everything. You shuffle all the enemies you defeated, everything. So you know what's in the enemy's deck. And then you try it again. And then you try it again. And then hopefully on the fourth time, you're able to defeat all the enemies.
So is it time travel?
Yeah. It's Warp's Edge. Every time you get to a certain point, you go back. And so it's basically you're able to...
Slingshot engage.
You're basically going around the sun, as you know in Star Trek, and saving the whales. The neat thing about it is every little thing that you think you know how it works slightly different. For instance, like in most games, you take damage, you move your little tracker down on the shields, and you lose shield points or whatnot. But in this game, not only are you losing points against your shield, you're also having to discard chits that you've used previously. So out of your discard pile, you get hit twice. You got to discard 2 chits from your discharge pile. That's interesting because you know when you're going to get hit. Because when you shoot at the enemies, you either have to evade them or completely destroy them. If you don't have enough evasion points or enough laser points to destroy them, you just stun them and they miss you. If you don't place any tokens on the enemies, they obviously are going to hit you. So you know I'm going to take X amount of damage. I'm going to have to get rid of X amount of chits. This is what I'm looking at. The interesting part about it is that all the decisions make sense. And I've griped about bag builders before because basically it's just deck building, and I don't like deck building very much. But this game does deck building or bag building right. It's quick, it's easy. There's a brief little 20-minute video that you can watch. The rules come out. The rules are very simple. After you've learned that, there's a variety of enemies, and each enemy is different. There's a variety of difficulty levels. There's a variety of each individual ships, and each ship has its own special power, own special thing that does. There's just a lot of variety in such a small game, and I was shocked that I liked this game as much as I did.
How do you stun? Like, what's the difference between stun and destroy?
So just to give you an idea,
you deliver like bad news they didn't expect.
Grandma's dead. And like, no,
your grandmother is dead.
No.
What?
So you have the mothership.
They veer into the nearest planet.
You have the mothership that you're attacking, and on each round you deal out 4 fighters, and those fighters are attacking you. And on one side it shows what it takes to destroy them. On the other side it shows what it takes to evade them. If you destroy or evade them, they go into the discard. It's like you got around them.
Okay.
And so on destroy, it might say they take 2 shots or 3 shots to destroy. And on evade, it might take 1 evasion or 2 evasion, 3 evasion, whatnot. Under the destroy and the evasion is what you get if you destroy or evade them. And each are different. So if I blow this ship up, I get this bonus. But if I evade it, I get this bonus. And so when you reach into the bag and you pull out your chits, sometimes you don't want to evade a ship. You want to destroy it because the bonus is so good. And the bonus is generally adding other tokens into your bag or drawing more tokens out of your bag. There's just a lot that you're doing with it. So it's like looking at the deck of cards and going, I'm going to place these tokens here. I'm going to place these tokens there. And realizing, all right, from the first turn, I know there's this big bad enemy in here. Because each enemy is different, and he's probably going to come out. And I want to destroy him, because if I destroy him, I get this 1 big bonus, and then that goes in my bag, and then I can use it. It just stacks. It culminates. And that's what's so neat, is that you play the game 4 times in a row. You're playing it quickly, going through the deck 4 different times. And by the 4th time, you know, this is what it takes to defeat these guys. This is what I'm going to do. And it's just neat. It's like I said, simple to learn. The components, the artwork is weird. Like, it has this very retro feel on it. And the rest of the artwork inside has that same retro feel to it. And it's all kind of like, I don't want to say cheesy, but it's just, it feels very 70-ish. Except for some of the cards that are used in it, like the special ability cards. Those are really neat. Everything else has this very drab looking...
It's like a nice insert.
Great insert. You use the insert to play the game. You take those inserts out. There's actually 3 of them. 2 of them for your tokens, and then another one where you kind of have your cards and your other excess tokens in. So yeah, the fact that this game has an insert, and that insert, it's nice. It's very, very nice.
I almost backed this on Kickstarter. Then I watched a playthrough of it and thought, I don't know, something about the playthrough, I was like, that doesn't really look like something I'd be interested in. Because it looked like kind of repetitive or something. It
is repetitive, but it's repetitive to the point, it's not that repetitive. Like, you are doing the same thing, but
most games are repetitive to
preparing. I think this has killed coffee roasters for me.
Oh, Oh, about time. Thank God.
I have the app for coffee roasters.
That killed coffee roasters.
I like the app. I like coffee roasters, but I just don't.
Put stuff in a bag, pull it out. Hey, and guess what? When you pull that stuff out, you may not literally be able to do anything with it. So then what do? Well, put it back in the bag.
So that's okay. And if that's your main complaint about coffee roasters is the repetitiveness and the lack of use of the tokens, you will love Warp's Edge.
Love it already. Sold. Top game of 2020.
Your pocket landship game.
It's my third game I played of 2020.
That pocket landship game that you let me borrow. That's very
it's very pedestrian.
Well, I highly recommend if you're a solo player and you like if you have played coffee roasters and you like coffee roasters, then you must get Warp's Edge. If you don't have coffee roasters, don't buy coffee roasters. Buy Warp's Edge. If you're a solo player, this is going to be one of those quintessential games, I think, next year. There's also a expansion coming out already for it, adding more to it. I am really enthused by it. Now, we played a online bag building game with our dear friends who are our dear
Superboard
friends.
Sunday.
Don't plug them.
Oh, okay. Are we not plugged? Are we not? Hey, are we part of the Gateway Network?
We are still part of the Gateway Network, but what?
Like there's several people in the network.
Yeah,
I don't have it pulled up,
but. We played with, if you want to go to the Gateway Network and watch the shows, it's all great and everything.
You're the one that signed up.
I'm so bored of it now. I thought being a part
See,
like,
Ryan, this is what you get when you deal with Jerry.
I thought that it was going to be like more of a mafia. Like we were going to be able to slowly take over board gaming media. And so far, all it is it's just not what it turned out to be.
How dare you?
So we played with the
you just hurt Jeff's feelings.
Don't get me started on Jeff. Jeff is the Jar Jar Binks of board game media. I'll tell you right now, Jeff, Jar Jar. There you go. That's all you got to know.
You didn't have to go that far.
I'm just saying that Jeff, he can get off of me. I'm tired of dealing with Jeff. Jeff is always talking trash.
Why? Stop being so angry.
Jeff is always talking trash. The mad board gamer.
He's angry.
I'm sure he's angry.
Wrathful and vengeful.
But we played with Board Game Arena.
Frankie and Brian of Superboard Sunday.
No, we played on Tabletopia. I'm sorry, or Tabletop Simulator.
Tabletop Simulator.
We played Orleans.
Don't do that.
And I beat y'all soundly.
Don't do that.
Beat you soundly. Tell them of my winning.
I was barely remembering how to play Orleans, and yes, you destroyed. I had like 20 points.
I killed you.
You had like 70.
What did you do?
Nothing. I literally did nothing, so that's why I lost.
Orleans is another bag builder that I don't like. And
actually, Jerry scored 113. I scored 79. Brian had 109. Frankie had 91. So they were all pretty close.
Frankie
I was way
there?
in the back.
Frankie was there? Frankie played with us?
Frankie of the North.
Oh. Anyways, Orleans is one of those bag building games that I just don't like bag builders. And I think the reason I didn't like Orleans as a bag builder was I always seemed like the bag was just not, there was no need for it. Like I just kept getting, I never had a full bag. I guess that's what I want to say. I think and so I always didn't like.
What if we changed it to like a sack?
And well, that might help. So when we played it on, I played it completely differently when we played on Tabletop Simulator, and I did have a full sack. And having that full sack made me seem like, oh, okay.
It was bulging.
It was bulging. This bulging sack helped me to get through and dominate Frankie and whoever else played with us. But the fact is that I've somewhat changed my tune on Orleans. I want to give it a second shot.
I would have never thought Tabletop Simulator would lead you to change your mind on Orleans.
Not the best game, not the base game. I want to try it with the expansions, which you keep buying and we never play.
I have the one, yes, and we haven't, literally, we have been unable to play since I purchased it.
What? You purchased it 3 years ago.
Well, you keep saying you don't want to play it.
I hate it, but now I want to try it again.
Okay.
I've changed my mind.
I do not have the expansion, however, that has the different modules of cooperative and solo.
I don't want that. I don't want to cooperate, and I don't want to solo. I want to fight.
Well, then we need to play the expansion.
That's why I want to play the expansion. So, Orleans, the base game to me, has always been overrated.
As a mechanic, bag building, not your favorite.
No, bag building, deck building, all that stuff. I don't like
He
that.
doesn't like the randomness.
I don't like it. I don't like the randomness, and nor do I.
But in those games, you're supposed to work to take out the randomness. That's the thing. You build up your quality.
Yeah, but like...
So then you know, like, okay, at some point, I know I've only got good stuff in here, so now I'm pulling out good stuff, and I've gotten rid of the junk.
Yeah, but that's the thing with him. He's like... Something doesn't just work out with him, like, whatsoever. But when I play against him, I destroy him.
You don't destroy me.
Ooh, he said...
Any card game that you give me, I learn it so quickly.
I am...
That you keep it away from
And that'll do it for this show.
Talk some sense
I'm
into
Gabby.
you. I'm about to slap the fire.
This is Jerry.
The Duchess of Essex is going to come
goodbye,
down here.
Enrique, say goodbye.
Knock the fire.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.
Still there? Hello? Hey, Gabby here. We don't get to podcast a whole lot together, and half the time when we do get together, we have to podcast several at once, and usually we forget everything we meant to say. This is from some time ago, actually December. There were several people that had us as number one on their Spotify, and some that said they don't use Spotify, but we were still number one. I wanted to say thank you to Michael Langford, Jeffrey Glasgow, Brian Levickle, I never know how to say your last name, Levickli, Sam Rouleau, Nick Shaw, Troy Clohesi, Dustin Daly, Peter Albert Williams, Chad Chasson actually used Spotify, and we were number one. Richard Lupino. Also, we received a very nice email from Raymond Simmons about our mini pod session number 6 with Charday. Thank you for your kind words, sir. If you would like to write us, please email us at boardgamesnobs. I had to think about it for a second. boardgamesnobs@gmail.com. Also, we are a proud member of the Gateway Network. Check out the Gateway Network. It has many members in it. Many podcasts, fantasy, and some flights. Super Board Sunday, Gamecasters, Date Night Dice. Those are the ones that come right to the top of my head. Several YouTube channels, Brian's Got Games, Meeple Mentor, and others. I will need to familiarize myself with them. But thanks. Check out those guys on the Gateway Network. You can find that on Instagram.